Okay. So welcome everybody to today's cooking show, Cooking with M. So today we're going to East Asia. Toasty is going to be the co-host today, Chef Toasty, who's actually a chef. Do you want to get in the box, Toasty? Toasty, join the box. There he is. Okay. So Toasty is going to take over the part. Hey, Toasty.
What's up, everybody? Hello, hello. Hi, Em. How are you?
So I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Welcome to the show. Do you want to introduce yourself quickly and just tell us about what you do?
I am a cook, chef, what have you, at a four-star hotel
Yes.
and near an amusement park or whatever. It's well known. Um,
Okay. Okay. Let me just get this out as well. Okay. Because I realized for this show, we're going to East Asia, aren't we, Toasty? And we've got the ingredients here. So what we want you to do to start off with is to guess what dish we're going to make based on these ingredients. And then we're going to go ahead and reveal the dish. We're going to cook, of course, the dish. And at the end of the show, we're going to plate it up and do a little taste test. So, based off of these ingredients here, so we've got steak. I think this is ribeye steak. Is that right, Toasty?
it looks like one.
Yeah, ribeye steak. We've got some bean sprouts.
Um,
We've got some mushrooms, and typically for this dish, you would use shiitake mushrooms, but we've got chestnut mushrooms here.
Tremendous or
We've
chestnut.
also got spinach and carrots. We've got egg. We've got zucchini, cucumber. So typically the cucumber and the carrot
Carrots.
will go together. We also got Korean curry paste, gochujang.
Gochujang.
Gochujang, yes.
Yeah,
And we've
gochujang.
got garlic and sesame seeds and sesame oil as well. Um, could anybody guess what the dish is based off of these ingredients? So we're talking East Asia.
Mhm. The gochujang is
Yeah,
kind of a giveaway.
right. I would say so as well. Yeah. Gochujang is a giveaway. Any guesses? I have no idea. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Yes. Gochujang is a good base for, how do I say, East Asian countries without giving away the answer. But
Right.
a certain East Asian country.
You're going to cook also, Chef Toasty? Chef Toasty is not going to cook. He's just going to comment on what I'm making here.
Yes.
So, any other ideas? We're also going to use kimchi
Kimchi.
and soy sauce.
Now the country is for sure no.
No, no clues here. It is Korean. So,
Check. I thought that was green. It
East
is.
Asia is in Korea. I mean, Korea is in East Asia.
Uh,
Sesame oil, soy sauce, all these ingredients. Okay, you don't know. So let's just tell you then what we're gonna make. We're gonna make bibimbap.
Bibimbap.
Bibimbap. What do
Yeah.
we know about bibimbap in the audience? So bibimbap originated before Korea was divided. I think it was in 1945. So it's not originally either North Korean or South Korean. It's just Korean.
It's just Korean.
But it's mostly associated with South Korean, um, where it's one of the country's signature dishes. So the most famous version is from a city called Jeonju, and it's also known for its high quality ingredients and seasoned vegetables. With that being said, in North Korea, they also have obviously bibimbap, but the North Korean version tends to be less spicy, more simple, more like a lighter seasoning, and sometimes made with different local vegetables or meats. So that's that. Yeah, so much ingredients for this. It's a rice-based dish, but it's got different kind of condiments. So it's spelled bibim bap. So Bibim, which means mixed in Korean, and bap means cooked rice. So it's basically a dish with rice as a base, topped with an assortment of vegetables and protein like beef. Sometimes they use tofu, and a lot of the times they put an egg over the top, don't they? And we might do that as well. And a
Yeah.
spicy sauce, usually based with this gochujang.
Gochujang. Yes.
And it's all kind of mixed together before eating. So, do you want to talk a bit about the cultural origin, Toasty,
Yeah, absolutely.
while I go
So,
ahead and prepare? So,
yes,
so
please.
just for everybody that are coming in right now, we're just introducing. We just had a little guessing game based on ingredients, and we revealed the dish, which is bibimbap. Later on, we're gonna present or what's it called? Plate up the dish and taste it. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and prep the dish. Um, and while Toasty talks us through the origins of the dish, bibimbap.
Bibimbap. Yes. So, as you had mentioned earlier, it is not necessarily a North or South Korean born dish. Um, it dates back, you know, quite a while to the Joseon dynasty, excuse me. Um, oh, although this is a period kind of, if you were had been in the last show, I had mentioned certain myths of the origins of cooking and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
but
Yes.
yeah, and as you said, it's mixed, so mixed cooked rice. Things in top with cooked rice, and then it's mixed. That's basically just what it means.
Yeah. Mixed rice. So rice mixed with a bunch of different things. So for this dish, we're going to use jasmine rice. Is there an alternative rice that they would typically use in Korea, or is it jasmine rice that they'll go for? So I'm going to wash this while Toasty um, for this. Is there an alternative
They're
to
all
jasmine rice, or
alternative.
is it usually jasmine rice that they would use?
I mean, it's more than likely usually jasmine rice, but each when cooking at home, as you can make different substitutions.
Hmm.
On what type of
Yeah.
rice you like me
Yeah, I think
thinking that
generally in East Asian food, they use jasmine rice or
yeah,
sushi rice. But I
yeah,
think it is jasmine rice that they use for this dish. So
yeah. Even then, I don't think they would use sushi rice for
for
this
this, no.
specifically, like on purpose, or maybe there's certain regions, you know what I mean, or
Yeah.
different places. Yeah.
So as we
Um,
can see here, we're washing the rice and we see the water is going all cloudy. That means it's cleaning out. Is it the starch?
yeah, the starch. It's taking out the starch and all the dirt and impurities in the rice and washing it out. Going to
Yes.
wash the rice until I would say minimum 3 times, maybe even 4 times. And then after
Yeah.
that, you can kind of use the starchy water to determine how much starch is still left in the rice, depending on the
Right.
application that you're using of the
Right.
rice or what you want the rice to be for and what have you.
So once the water stopped getting cloudy, that's when we know there's really not much starch remaining,
Right.
right?
Right.
So I'm gonna simply use a rice cooker to make this rice, and it's simply because it's just quicker, it's easier, and you know that is guaranteed to get become perfect.
Right.
So I've got a tiny little rice cooker here that I'm gonna show you. Um, it's here. So it's really simple. You just plug it in, literally. You've got the bowl. So this is the rice cooker bowl. And we put it over the top inside of the rice cooker, and then get a lid. I don't put salt on my rice. I don't know if you do. I don't think it makes a difference, to be honest.
Um, yeah, no, not when I'm just making steamed rice. I don't put any salt. You
Say
could
that
maybe
again,
for
Toasty.
you could maybe for I said when I'm cooking just steamed rice, I usually don't put any salt at all. Maybe you could for a little bit to help the boiling process if you're not doing a rice cooker. Um, but yeah, me personally, no, it's gonna get the flavor from whatever you're pairing it with or a sauce.
Yeah. Um, I used to work with these Chinese kids before, and they never used to put salt in the rice. So that's
Hmm.
kind of
And
where
come
I
on,
stopped
if
using it as
anybody
well.
knows, if anybody knows rice, it's Chinese kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. And they just kind of told me there's no difference whether you put salt or not. Okay, so what we want to do first, I would say, is obviously is turn on the rice cooker because that's probably gonna be what takes the longest. We might want to start off with the sauce. So what do you think, Toasting? The marinade for the beef.
Yeah, you could do that so that way it's all nice and together. It has more time to marinate. Are we
Yeah,
marinating the beef at all?
of course we are. So I'm gonna make the famous marinade, and I'm trying to find a bowl to do that. So I think this one will do. Or
Get the meat marinated so it can sit, and then perhaps do the sauce because the vegetables could all be quick. First of the vegetables will be the pickling. Oh, nice bowl right there. Yeah.
yes. So what we're gonna do then, for everybody that are just coming in, welcome to Cooking with M. We have just talked a little bit about what we're making today. We had a little guessing game, and we revealed because nobody could guess that we're making bibimbap today. And later on, I'm going to plate up the dish and do a little tasting test. But for now, you might want to stick around because we are about to prepare the dish itself and starting off with, as I've just said, boiling the rice, jasmine
Mhm.
rice to be exact. And now we're going to make the marinade for the beef. So for the marinade, we need pressed garlic. So I've got some garlic here.
Right here. There we go.
So garlic is one of the main kind of flavors outside of the paste in this dish. Have you had it before, bibimbap?
Yes, yes, I have.
Yeah. Has anybody in the comments had it before? Um,
I had it at a restaurant
oh,
a
in
few
England,
years
I know
ago.
you guys, majority of you are maybe in other countries, but in England, it's quite a big dish. Most people know about it. Is it common where you are from? Where you're from? I've had it a few times at different places. Oh, okay. So usually they have it in the Chinatown, don't they? In whichever city.
Mm.
So,
Where I stay, it's there's a lot of mixed, you know, how do I say that? Cultures are more spread out where I stay. Not so much regulated to one area, but we do have
oh, okay. Do
Koreatown.
you live in a city, like a, or do you live in like a, what kind of area do you live in?
Yes,
Or where do you
yes,
live? Where do you live?
I live I live in a city maybe about 45 minutes from the coast, 30 to 45 minutes from the coast.
Okay. So as you can see here, I'm pressing the garlic. I'm using a garlic presser that's got these little tags on the back of it, which helps when you know how they get stuck there sometimes once you've pressed it. So if you do this, it pushes it out
Hmm.
and you see it coming out. So it just, you know, come out off like that, much quicker, much easier. Um,
Then mincing it with a knife, yeah.
yeah, exactly. And then so you got the garlic here. Um, we are going to add a bit of soy sauce. So we've got some soy sauce here. This is a new bottle, so we need to open it. There we go. So I would say about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce for the beef. Maybe that was a bit more than that. And then we might want to add some black pepper and a little bit of brown sugar. So I would say 2 tablespoons as well, or maybe one, depending on how sweet you want your beef.
Right.
So there we have it. You could also, well, at the end, really, you'd add some sesame seeds to coat the beef once you serve it. Um, you could also use a little bit of sesame oil, just not too much because it is quite overpowering, sesame oil.
Yes, 100%. A little goes a long way with sesame oil.
Yeah. Once I used sesame oil in my smoothie, and it completely took over the taste.
Oh, I bet
Yeah,
in a smoothie, huh? Interesting.
yeah. I just wanted to be healthy. I thought it was healthy, and it just ruined everything. Thank you, Jack. So we're mixing this up, and I can definitely smell the sesame from this, and the soya and the garlic. Um, so with that, we put that aside. We can add a little spoon of gochujang, can't we?
Gochujang.
Yeah,
Yes.
gochujang. Oh, oh. Okay, let me just do that. There we go. Okay, so a bit of that. There we go. Let me wash my hands. I got a little messy. Okay, so mix a bit of gochujang into that.
There you go. Mix, mix, mix.
Add
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
some
using.
some spice to the situation, and then we grab our steak. And obviously, we want to wash it before anything. And then what we want to do is pat dry it and slice it.
There you go.
Oops.
Are
Yeah.
you going to do strips or cubes?
Strips. I think typically they use strips for this dish. So that's what we're gonna do. Um, so we slice up the beef. And for those of you who just joined, we are making bibimbap. We've got Toasty in the box, our co-host. And we are later going to play up. But right now, you might want to stick around for the making of bibimbap with beef. So we're slicing up the beef. My knife is a little slow. Um,
Yeah, you gotta sharpen that one.
yeah. So we've got ribeye steak that we're slicing up. And it's okay if some of the slices are a little thicker. So here is the beef. And we've got our marinade here, a Korean marinade. And what we're going to do is mix our beef into this marinade. And I would say let it sit for like 5 minutes. Or maybe we can prepare the vegetable.
At least 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, so maybe we can cook this at the end then. And in the meantime, we can prepare the vegetables. Mm. Smells amazing.
I could imagine.
And it looks like it's all coated.
The toasty nuttiness from the sesame oil and the sweetness of the molasses from the brown sugar. I
Yes.
bet that smells good right there.
Yeah, you can smell it. And excuse me. What we're gonna do now is put some cling film over the beef. Just because we've got a heat wave again in England and there's flies coming from everywhere.
Oh,
So
okay.
everything needs to be covered. And I can hear the rice boiling. So we're going to set this marinated ribeye strip beef aside. And welcome, Elle, and everybody else that just joined. So I was just showing the ingredients earlier, and we were playing a little game called Guess the Dish, as we do at the beginning of every show.
And
Say that again.
I was saying, did you wipe the cutting board?
Yeah. Let me just get this. Good shout, Toasty. Yeah, that's the problem when you've got a black cutting board. You can't really see what's happened then. If you forget, that's it.
Right. You're pickling the cucumber, so it should be okay because it's beef. It's not.
Yes, and obviously because you use that knife cutting the beef, you might want to use. Actually, what I usually do, for both the cucumber and the carrot, because I want to pickle both of these, which is an option. Otherwise, you can serve them raw as well, can't you, Toasty?
Yeah, of course. Juliana, real quick.
A lot of the times with bibimbap, they serve it raw. So the dish was revealed earlier, and it was another clue within that was that it was East Asia, an East Asian dish where you use gochujang, which is a Korean chili paste. used in most Korean dishes, to be fair. But
Big
it's
amount.
probably one of their, I think, yeah, it's South Korea's national dish.
Oh, there you go.
So I actually use a peeler instead of, what's it called when you cut the, there's a name for it. When you cut the carrots in a specific way, or the cucumber, there's a cutting style. When you make them lengthwise in thin strip.
Julianne.
Say that again.
Julianne.
Yes, that's it. Julienne. So instead of julienning them,
Julianne.
we just use this, and then we can maybe cut them a bit thinner if we feel like it's too thick. What do you think, Toasty?
Yeah, sounds good.
So cut these like that, and then get rid of that. Okay, so let's slice these then. And look, this is decent length.
Mhm.
And if we make quite a lot of it, it should be enough. With, I don't know, maybe one. Let's see,
Yeah, I think
maybe
it's a
two.
good
No,
amount.
maybe two.
Maybe two.
Yeah, I think it might not be enough. But let's see. Let's finish this one. We might not be able to get the entire carrot because towards the end it gets a bit tricky. Unless we move to the other side. Let's start try this. Slice my finger. Okay. So see, I can't get this. And put that there and eat it later.
There you go. I'll put that there and eat it later. There you go.
Yeah. Um. Healthy eating. That's what's up. Yeah, I think Korean food generally is quite healthy.
The
Um,
vegetables. Yeah.
I think this is, this should be enough.
And then even kimchi, good for gut health.
Yeah, fermented cabbage is what kimchi is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's do the same thing with the cucumber. Slice it lengthwise. And when you pickle something, obviously this is just a brief pickle process, which won't be as I would say as tasty as when you do it for longer, but it does the job and it gives that pickled feel, taste.
That acidity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That's
sweetness.
why you could do and sweetness. You could do even if you have too much for this dish, you could just save the pickles and then they'll get better with time anyway. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Just leave it to continue pickling, continue the pickling process. And then you can have it at a later time. Yes. Okay, let's move this. I would say this veg in particular is the lengthiest veg process out of all of them.
Mhm.
What I'm gonna do is get a pot, put this aside over here, because we want to blanch the or quickly boil the spinach.
Yeah.
So we want to get the boil water going with the in the pan for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, do you know what you are putting in your pickling liquid? Like,
Yeah, so usually what I do is put white wine vinegar, a bit of sugar and salt. What do you typically put?
it depends on what I'm pickling and where it's going to go. Um, Peppercorns are always nice to throw in there. You could throw in a bay leaf, a dried chili, um, allspice, a clove,
Mm-hmm.
coriander seeds, different things.
Okay, so for this in particular,
For this, maybe some coriander seeds, um, and coriander seeds, a clove, and black peppercorn is probably what I would do to throw
okay,
everything
black pepper, did you say?
together. Black peppercorn, so just the whole black pepper
Okay,
corn, just so it goes in there, you know.
so basically this,
That's right. Maybe like
the whole, all of this, or just one?
maybe like two or three. I don't, you know, because they are fairly strong.
Yeah, I put a few because I like strong.
There you go.
Okay, let's put them all. Okay, okay, sorry. Okay, so now we've got the white wine vinegar. We've got some black peppercorns, and
Sugar.
we've got some Celtic or Celtic salt. Would you agree with that? The salt?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a little
Just
pinch.
small amount. Yeah, to bring out the sugars and bring out the other flavors.
Exactly. And
Not
then
even.
usually you would want white sugar.
Hmm.
However, we don't have any white sugar.
Oh, what kind of sugar do we got?
We have dark brown sugar, and that will do the job. I've done it before. It's okay.
Okay. And that'll do the job. I've done it
Yeah,
before.
because I don't ever
Okay.
use white sugar.
Yeah.
Um,
Sugar is sugar. And then again, the dark brown. So that means there's like more molasses. So it's going to have
yes,
a molasses, you know, deep roastedness taste. You know.
more of a molasses effect.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
I'm picking it up a little bit.
and we don't have coriander either. So what we want to do is just mix up the salt, the white wine vinegar, and the black peppercorns, and the dark brown sugar to make sure we'll do it until the sugar is dissolved.
Hmm.
And as you can see, it's gone really dark, which means that this color will also have an impact on our veg, which is okay.
Right.
So just throw in your veg like that and make sure it's all covered.
Evenly coated throughout. Yes.
Yeah, evenly coated throughout. Sorry. So
For those of you just
really,
coming in, Em is making bibimbap, the Korean dish, dating back all the way to the 16th century. Right now, she's doing a quick pickle with the vegetables.
yeah. So as Toasty said, we are going to East, no, East Asia today.
Yes.
And we are making a Korean national dish, or South Korean national dish called Bibimbap. The dish don't belong to either South or North Korea originally. It was just Korean before the divide. Um, and yeah, so far we've made the marinade for the beef. We've boiled the rice. We are boiling some water right now to blanch our spinach, and we made a little pickle mix for our cucumber and our carrots. So wash the hand, and then once they're evenly coated, we can cover the lid. and put it to the side. Now what we want to do is wash the remaining veg. There's also zucchini. I was gonna make I want to make a little marinade for both the spinach and the zucchini. So the first thing I wanted to do now was to wash the zucchini, and I want to wash the spinach to make sure it's all clean. Okay. So there we go. That's our spinach. So for the zucchini, we want to fry it once it's marinated. For the spinach, we want to blanch it and then marinate it and then mix it into the marinade. So how long do we blanch this for, Toasty, would you say?
Is it boiling?
Yes.
Like a minute,
Okay.
like not
So
long,
let's,
not long at all. And then if you're not going to ice bath it after, then yeah, a minute. Maybe
and what?
if you're not going to ice bath it to shock it
Afterwards.
to stop its cooking process, then yeah, just a quick minute. And then even if it doesn't look done, it'll continue cooking.
Okay. So 1 minute, did you say?
Yeah, 1 minute, like 30 seconds to a minute. It's uh, very high temp for a very thin piece of what you're cooking. Just a little.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the funny thing about spinach is that once it hits the heat, it goes tiny in comparison to what it was.
Yeah, yeah. So you could have what's it called? At work, sometimes I'll have to make like cream spinach or something like that.
Yes,
I'll get a whole bag of spinach, like a 2 pound bag, and it literally just
exactly.
turns, it just shrinks all the way down into not even that much of, that many portions or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So with the zucchini, I'm gonna half it like that, and then cut it into cut it lengthwise, sidewise like this.
Little half crescents or little crescents, halfway
Yes.
down. Yeah.
Try and get them even, but if you can't, that's okay. So let's get rid of that. There's a little piece of onion or garlic. Okay, so I would say that's done then, according to
Yeah,
Toasting's expertise.
about a minute. Yeah, more than likely done.
Right. So get that into there. And I can smell the spinach. And this is how small the amount looks afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So just leave it there to kind of cool down a little bit. And in the meantime, you want to get a small frying pan for your zucchini and put it there in preparation for the zucchini. So quickly we want to make that mix. We can use this. So sesame oil, soy sauce, sugar, garlic, and salt. So similar ingredients as all the other stuff. Get your garlic.
Minus the gochujang.
Minus, well, I would add that actually.
Oh, well, there you go. Never
Yeah, I
mind.
would definitely add that.
Same recipe.
Yeah, yeah. So you want all the flavors to be quite similar, but you just want the
Mhm,
textures and the the ingredients to differ. The
mhm.
ingredients of the actual mix, or bibim, as they call it in Korean.
Right.
Ooh, okay. So here we have the garlic. I explained before about pressing the garlic with a knife to get it to come out of the knife much quicker.
Mhm.
So there we go. And if you are just joining the show, we are we have just talked a bit about the cultural origin of the East Asian dish called bibimbap, Korean dish. And we have done a couple of marinades, and we're marinating our beef as we speak. We're pickling our carrots and cucumber as we speak. And at the moment, we're making a quick little um, marinade for our remaining vegetables. So a little bit of that. That's the Korean chili paste. Gochujang. How do you pronounce it, Kirsty?
Gochujang.
Gochujang. Okay, and then we want to add obviously the same ingredients as before. So a bit of soy sauce, um, tiny bit of sesame oil, some black pepper,
Pepper.
and a bit of salt. Excuse me.
Ooh, the
And
pepper
just
got you,
mix.
huh?
Sorry.
I said the pepper got you, huh?
Yeah, strong. It's not. I think it's a paste.
Oh, the paste. Oh, it
It's
doesn't.
strong.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Did you add the sugar?
did I add the sugar? I did not add the sugar. So thank you for reminding me.
That's okay.
Whew. It's really, really warm right now in England, and unfortunately, in England, we don't have ACs in the homes. It's not. We don't usually get these temperatures, so it's not
It's
something that
not
we thought
common to
about.
have. Right,
That's
right,
not. That's not something they thought about when you're building
right.
houses here.
It's more so the heating they care more about than the cooling, I'm guessing.
So we want to mix these in now, or should we cook them first and then mix them in? What do you think?
I think you had said we're supposed to fry them and then put them in, so let's do that.
Let's do that
That
then.
sounds good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because cucumber, or excuse me, zucchini is not so much like cucumber. Um, like raw zucchini isn't the greatest, you know.
The zucchinis are great. It's the
Like
family of aubergine, isn't it? Or eggplant.
like a squash. Well, yeah,
They
squash.
come under the same section in the supermarket anyway. And they look similar other than like the color. And obviously it tastes kind of different. But
Right.
I don't know. They have similar shape a little bit.
Mhm.
So we put in our zucchini, and we fry that on a high heat. In the meantime, here is our spinach. So what we want to do is get a little bowl for our spinach. There we go. And then we can mix some of this into that to give it that flavor, that Korean flavor. Right, Toasty?
Mhm. Oh, that's looking good. By the way, you could even make a sauce like that. I would say maybe less, I don't know, maybe less gochujang since it's not accompanied by the rice and all this other stuff. But you could basically make that and have that be a dressing for a salad.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. And we are
like
going to make a similar sauce for the actual dish at the end.
Okay, there you go.
The actual gochujang sauce. Just mix with a bit of soy sauce. Okay, so here we have it. What we can do is add some white sesame seeds.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So then this is one of our toppings ready. We put that aside here. And we move to our zucchini that are cooking away, frying away. They're getting a really lovely color here.
Uh, we got somebody joined named Josh. He said, "I bet it smells good in that
It sure does.
kitchen."
Smell the Korea in here.
Okay.
Mm. So make sure the color is even on these zucchini. There you go. And then we can wash our bean sprouts, which don't need any cooking. It's just an addition to the dish. And already prepared, well, already ready as it is, topping. And bean sprouts are really healthy, aren't they? And toasting.
Yes, bean sprouts are healthy. Again, I forget why, but they are healthy for you. I want to say something about the gut or the colon that they're good on that. They're good
Right.
for them.
So we're gonna set these aside again in another bowl. In fact, we can put it in our pot here because we're not using this anymore and we want to reduce the amount of dishes. So there you go. Put the zucchini into your pot where it can cool down before we move on to um, the mushrooms, which is our final component here, except for frying the steak, of course. So, should we wash these then quickly?
Yeah, I would. Some people say you're not supposed to wash mushrooms. You're supposed to wipe them clean
Why is that, do you think?
because they're kind of like a sponge, so they
They
suck
are.
up a lot of the water. So that now you have to cook that water out of what you're doing. Also, the water sometimes when if you are wiping it while the water is falling on it,
Yes.
if you have a bowl filled with water and you're kind of dunking it and cleaning it off, it'll take off the skin, kind of easily sometimes.
Yes.
But me personally, there's just too much dirt on mushrooms to not wash them like that.
There's
So
too
I
much what?
usually always, there's just too much dirt on them and like on the
Exactly.
inside
It's
and
to the
stuff.
point
So
where,
I just always wash them,
yeah. Yeah, I
with
agree.
water. Yeah.
And I hear what you're saying though. And we're going to notice that as we put them in the pan, that the water
Because they
is going
just have a
to,
lot of water to begin with that comes out, a lot
yes.
of juices. Even
Yeah.
when a lot of people think that mushrooms are fully cooked, but really they're like half cooked. So when you bite into a mushroom and a bunch of juices explode in your mouth, technically
That's
that's
right.
not all the way cooked or whatever. It's not how the mushroom is supposed to be cooked. It's not that it's wrong or whatever. It's fine. Makes it nice and juicy. But if you really want that deep mushroom flavor, like sometimes you get on
Mm.
pizzas, when you get mushrooms on pizzas, that's because they with that pizza oven, which we should have cooked all the
You
way
said
through.
you said they wipe them instead?
One more time.
You said they wipe the mushrooms instead of washing them?
That's what I've been told is like the more proper way. Yeah, they'll wipe them like they'll have rag, a wet rag, and kind of like wipe them clean,
Yes.
or just bob them in the water, bob them a little bit, and then whatever loose dirt comes off, then you'd be okay. But usually there's still dirt, so I just keep
Yes.
doing it. Yeah.
And typically, like I said at the start, for this dish, you would use um, shiitake mushrooms,
Mm-hmm.
but couldn't find them this time. The flavor do make a difference though with shiitake. So if you're gonna make this at home, make sure to do that. So here we are, and we're gonna quickly fry this. We don't need to make all of them. I can save some for my omelette later.
Oh, there you go.
So there, we fry these mushrooms. Okay, so high heat. Take their time. In the meantime, we want to make the sauce. Finally, do you know how to make this sauce, Toasty?
Um, what sauce is that, Dan?
It's the final sauce for the topping. So I'm under the impression that we need this paste and a lot of it because this is where the main. I think you can only use the paste on its own, but I think you mix it with some soy sauce if you want. So let's add a bit of soy sauce.
Oh, you're going for spiciness here, huh?
Yeah, this is the spicy aspect of it all, and with the sauce. So this is really the only spicy part of the dish is that paste.
Mm-hmm.
So for the topping, and you can choose how much you want to add on to the top, and you use that spicy finish.
And that's how you pick your spice level that you want. Yeah.
Exactly. And the mushrooms are frying away. Now it's time to mix in our
Fried zucchini.
yeah. Um, so you use the same spoon. Mix it in the remaining sauce of that marinade sauce, which is slightly different from the final sauce. So if you're just joining in, we're about to later plate up our dish and do a little taste test. At the moment, we are doing the final bits here. We've got the mushrooms frying away. They will be done in a second. And then finally, we're going to fry the steak. And then we're going to plate up. So stay tuned for the final taste test. And what did you say, Toasty? Sorry.
No, I was just reiterating what you were saying to plate it up.
Yes, plate it up. Did I watch this? I did, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah, I did.
You did.
I remember doing it, yeah. So
Right on.
just wipe the.
Wipe everything clean. Right on, right on. For the steak, because the marinade has sugar, right? And sugar burns.
Yeah.
You're probably going to want to do it, you know, medium heat because
Yeah.
and then at the end you can turn it up to get the nice like glaze here, but just keep it moving on high heat at the end, and then you should be good
You said to take it down to medium heat for the steak.
to go. To put it in to cook it on medium heat, and then right when you're about to finish it, turn it up and keep it moving, and the high heat will start to caramelize the sugar that's in the meat. If you
Right.
try and go for a high heat right away, by the time the meat is cooked, you could have burnt the sugars on the outside
Right.
of the
Okay,
meat.
doke. Okay. So in with the steak, guys.
And with the steak, the fun part, honestly, me personally, all these vegetables can go right into the rabbit cake. Give me the meat. Okay.
So let that cook away. And
We have
then at
someone in
the
the
end,
comments. Oh, sorry. We have someone in the comments asking what are we cooking.
we are cooking a, a wet East Asian dish today. It is called Bibimbap. It's a Korean dish. We have landed in Korea, and it's basically a rice-based dish with a mixture of things uh, as toppings. I don't know if you ever had it before. Um, it's typically served in a bowl. So I went and got a really nice bowl this morning, um, which kind of matches with that flat round plate that I got. So this bowl, what do you think?
That's a nice bowl, and that's a good bibimbap bowl because you can mix it with the hot walls.
That's what I was thinking. Totally.
Hmm. Also, I was going to add, you had shown the egg. I was going to ask about the egg. Are you going to be doing a raw egg yolk, or will you be
No, it's
frying
gonna
it?
be a sunny side up, raw egg yolk. Did you say, or did you say raw? Because sometimes they use a completely raw egg.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, raw
Oh,
egg yolk. If you're going to do that traditional style, or if you're just going to use,
I'm
sunny side up.
I'm just gonna do a sunny side up, which is an
Right.
option. I'm gonna plate up this rice here. As you can see, it's fluffy and perfect
Oh,
jasmine
yeah.
rice. Every time you cook in the rice cooker, it comes out perfect.
Right.
So you want to just plate that up. Whew, pretty hot. Okay. And then the steak is cooking. The sauce is overtaking a little bit here. I might want to turn up the heat now. We can add the rest of the toppings in the meantime.
Mhm.
So we got our zucchinis. Wait, should we shape the rice a bit first?
Perhaps a little bit, pull it in from the sides, and then
Yeah.
that way you're, yes. A nice little way that you could make a cool looking thing is you put the rice in a bowl, small plastic bowl, and then flip it or have the plate on top and then flip
Yes.
it over, and you have a nice little form ball of rice.
Yes. But for this dish, I think we want the rice, the toppings to go on top. So we don't want it to be too rounded.
Right, because we're going to mix it anyway, so it's good for
Exactly.
when it goes in for the juices to just hit in there and soak in the rice anyway.
So we're starting off with our zucchini. And next to that, oops, those are mushrooms. Then we can put our bean sprouts.
Beautiful.
We've got our spinach. And if you're just joining in, we are about to plate up the dish. We've got the steak frying in the pan. And we got the pickled cucumber and carrots that we made earlier, that we pickled briefly earlier, over here. And then finally, our steak. Which we need to make some space for it here. There we go. Oh my
You could
God, it smells
always,
amazing. Say
sorry
that
about
again.
that. I'm sure it does. You could always pull the meat and continue to reduce the liquid to make it a, you know, more syrupy, thicker.
Yes, you could do that. Obviously, we are running out of time a little bit. So what we want to do now, simply, is to top it off with the Korean sauce that we made earlier.
The chili paste,
The chili
gochujang.
paste mixture, because we did add a little bit of other stuff to it.
Right.
And as a little garnish, we can add some sesame seeds.
Beautiful.
And here we have it. Bibimbap.
All it's missing is the egg.
Oh yeah, that is right. I do want to add an egg, to be fair.
Put it right there in the center. Money shot, and then you mix it and leave Em alone because she's gonna be.
I'm gonna put this here. And we're gonna make a quick egg. So heat up your pan all the way. I like to use ghee for my egg. Simply because it tastes better than anything else for egg. So throw that in. And we got the egg, fried egg, sunny side up, coming right up. So
Oh,
highest heat on your stove. We got the egg ready here. You can mix it with a bit of oil. Oh, you don't have to. I'm not going to do that. If you use butter, you can mix it with a bit of oil just to make sure the butter don't burn. But because we're using ghee, we know that ghee helps with high temperatures. So it allows for your stuff not to burn. And here we have the egg.
yes. He has the milk solids removed from the butter, and that is what burns when butter burns, is the milk solids. So that is
Not the most beautiful egg right now, but it
oh,
will do the job.
it's all going to get mixed anyway.
Anyway, right.
Preferably, whatever egg you do in this dish, I believe preferably it should be a runny yolk egg. You know, doing this scrambled eggs in here or an over hard egg or even over medium egg or medium bit. So,
And here we have our egg, finally.
there we go.
So bibimbap, everybody.
Bibimbap.
East Korea.
Wow.
Make sure you try it at home. Thank you so much for joining. And come back again next week, Friday, 3 a.m. Eastern Time, for another special culture to explore the food of. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Toasty. Thank you so much for joining and well done. What do you think? Final little comment?
It looks beautiful. I'm jealous I don't have any right now, to be honest. But I think before you go, because it is Bibimbap, you should mix it. We should see what it looks like mixed all together.
Absolutely. And we've got our little takeaway chopsticks for that, which is what you would typically eat this with.
Hmm.
So let's do a little taste test.
There you go.
Mm.
I'm guessing it's very good.
Mm. It tastes like the restaurant. Uh, I'm impressed.
Ah, with yourself, huh?
I'm impressed with the recipe.
Well, yeah. Look at that.
Myself and the rice was really good. And the sauce.
Um, Alrighty, Em. I'm gonna have to get out of here. My phone is dying.
Okay, doke, Santos, Steve. All the best.
Yes, same to you.